Stocks surging after the Friday bloodbath. Is the bear market over with? Let's get into it. Here it is, Monday, October 13th, 2025, 3-year anniversary of the 2022 bottom. If you guys like the video, maybe give it a like. You can also come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. We've got 4.5 days left on the fall sale. So get in that while you can. Both courses 40% off, 60% off first month active trader, 30% off swing trades. Use the codes in there. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll help you out. Outside of that, let's get into it here today. And markets here, with a rebound. We talked about this. I said on Friday that I was kind of favoring, base case a rebound anyway. High probability of that as long as there wasn't any sort of additional escalation. And obviously the video yesterday we talked about the little bit of a taco trade that went on. A lot of puts were assigned into the close too on Friday, and there was a lot of puts bought as well. But they got the put assignments got bailed out basically for the most part, and we're right at 66.50. Remember, that was a big point of control for a while, and we're right back to it right there. And right now we kind of petered out a little bit at SPY, 665. That's kind of our LG1 for the day. Well, actually 664 is technically, but this is your big call resistance. And, guess what? QQQ. Oh my God, could you imagine? I wonder if 600 is a big level. Is that a big deal? Oh yeah, it is, and it will be all week. Remember, it is OPEX week. So yeah, the bear market's over after one day, but let's not get carried away. Like I said yesterday with the rebound, I was like, I figured we're going to rebound, and we'll rebound hard. Granted, we haven't done much other than upside shop. We're right back inside of the 30-minute OR right now. I mean, we're right there. So it's not like we've done a whole lot of trending. I think we can trend tomorrow though. But again, like a lot of people are like, oh, see, it's over. It's just going to go right back up like it always does. But which one of these things, right, is not like the other? Which one of them? Oh, this one, right? The one that has 150, almost 200 million shares on it, and the highest volume on the Q since the April low, right? The one that broke trend, right? This is chart damage. So we're gonna. I know the sentiment here is gonna just get wildly I don't know if it's not a word There's going to be hubris. I was going to say hubritic. That's not a word, is it? But I'm using it like that. If we bounce, right? Because of one day. But look, I mean, this is damage here. Look at what happened in December, right? This was damage, right? One flat day, and then look at this V shape, right? And then it still just chopped around for 2 months. It ended up breaking down afterwards. Even back right here in April, right? Of 2024, we had that nasty engulfing, and it rebounded V-shaped the next day, and then it went down afterward. Well, what about examples where it was a fake out and it was a bull market and just kept going up? Okay, let's look at those. Here you go. June 2020, absolute chart damage, right? And it did V-shaped the next couple of days, and then look, it took 2 months to make new highs, right? What about let's use another example here. Let's go way back. 2016. And I'll even go back farther so you can get an idea, right? This was a shelf, right? We had this giant bull market all the way up from 2009 lows, and we didn't have a correction since 2011, right? So it was like a 2.5 year run. We finally petered out in 2015. Couldn't get above this level. Then we finally broke above this level. Oh, it's bull flagging. It's got to go up, right? It has to go higher, right? No, chart damage. Look at this. Look at that V shape, right? And we ended up, having a little fake out there and then going lower before going back higher. So my point is to say all this here. I'm not telling you whether or not we're going to go lower or not here. The low could be in right now, but I would not FOMO here. This will probably take weeks, if not maybe even a month and a half to work out. We have a 300 point range to fill out now. It's not going to just be over with after one day. So I would just say things can tighten up here. And additionally, like I was just saying, it's OPEX week. We're probably going to be stuck around that 600 handle on the Qs. We're probably going to be stuck around 60, 650 on the SPX. So let's not make any hubritic decisions. Yeah. Like, if we're down big tomorrow, let's not like take a victory lap on the bear side. And same thing on the other way. My general lean right now, though, is that we can test 6,700, maybe even higher than that by the end of the week. But I think mean reversion is in play. Right now, bulls, you got to hold 655 SPY. Otherwise, we're making new lows. Guess where we got to hold on the Qs? You should know the answer. Come on. All right, 590. You're right. So that's where we got to hold. And then you got the 50-day below that. Some of these stocks too showing a lot of momentum still. A lot of people are talking about Oklo, rigatoni pasta. Rigetti Computing. They are probably a giveaway, right? Friday, not closing below the low there. A lot of these quantum stocks are still, running here. And I talked about this on Friday too. Like, Palantir didn't even make a new daily low. Right, Nvidia did sell pretty hard, but it still held the 20-day. So a lot of the Momo stocks were still holding up, and that clearly that was a sign. That doesn't mean that it can't change, but right now that there's still some momentum here in this market. Well, in certain sectors, we definitely broke momentum here on this SPX. Definitely broke momentum here on the NQ. All right. Anyway, IWM. Again, nice rebound today. 245 is still resistance. Diamond here back above 458. Again, that's going to be a point of control here moving forward. SMH of 4.41. Broadcom. And when in doubt, just have OpenAI pump your stock with fraud and circle jerking. Right? We just got to find the next one. Like, which one isn't involved? Right? Tesla, maybe Netflix. Not going to be Costco. ASML, Cisco, maybe Cisco. Just buy a whole bunch of Cisco, buy a whole bunch of Micron, Pepsi. They can do a chip deal, right? And then just wait for Scam Altman to pump it. Right? Is that not going to win, right? You guys tell me. Anyway, IGV up 2.17. Again, same story here. Big outside move Friday, but weekly chart still no damage. Transports, not the greatest recovery. Watch the 200-day. Speaking of 200-day, I'll just get this out of the way now. Because I talked about this a lot. Let's look at fins first. I normally get to them later, but XLF bounce up 43 cents. It's off the highs of the day. KRE, not the greatest bounce either. But HYG is. It's got a nice bid there. So it is coming off the highs right now. But nice rebound. I'll be watching this closely. Speaking of 200-day, people are asking me, Aaron, who cares about Jefferies? They're only a $10 billion company. Who cares about Silicon Valley Bank? They're not even that big a company until they had contagious risk. Right, it's a contagion problem, and it always is. ARCC up, Eris up, Main up, PEX up. But all right, so they're not big enough companies. Well, how about Blackstone? That big enough for you? That closed below the 200-day Friday. You do have some support here. It is rebounding today, but it's not really the greatest. Watch that 200-day, 50% retrace. If this can reclaim, the 162, it'd be in a lot better shape. But if this goes lower, this is not. I have not heard a single soul mention Blackstone. Why am I bringing this all up? Because spreads are widening. And again, with Jefferies, they're only a $10 billion company, but it's the point of creditors are now pulling back risk, right? Because they clearly were like a zombie. Was it First Source or First Brands? Like they're clearly like a zombie company, and that can pull back credit, right? Which the financial market is a plumbing system, right? So you might say, oh, well, what about all the momentum in Palantir? Well, that momentum, where do you think the liquidity comes from to get that, right? So that's why it matters. That's why you never ignore financials weakness. And, I put on, a hedge there on Thursday. And it just so happened to coincide with a tariff announcement. That's what they're saying is knocking the market down, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of smoke. Anyways, let's get on to rates here. We'll just talk about ZT. Flat day. By the way, TLT, nice rebound. I have a little bit. We day traded TMF this morning. Total money fraud. Total money. What did I call it? Fumigator, whatever. But either way, it is holding a runner on this, and it went a lot higher than I thought. TLT actually has some legs later this week. 90.50, it's already there. It's got legs to 91 too, if it can get going. But yeah, nice rebound. If I didn't know it was going to go that high, I would have bought more. So XHB up 28 cents, not a great bounce. IYR up 25 cents, not a great bounce, but it's holding that trend line there. But what I don't like is you lost that weekly green inside bar. We talked about banks. There's broker dealers bouncing, oil bouncing as well. Not the greatest. Don't love it. XLE again, not the greatest. Don't love it here. Again, this is chart damage here, so you got to respect that. Dollar index right back up 30 basis points. Dollar yen right back above 152. If this base is here and the 20 MA catches up, it can go higher. And 155, that's your it matters point. Gold, yeah, it's up 3%. Why wouldn't it be? And then we got GDX right up there as well. No new highs though, so just watch. I want to see the miners leading, and right now they're not. It's okay for that to happen for 1 or 2 days, but they should continue leading after not too long. And if that becomes a theme, it could be getting close to correction time. But silver, new record high, up 6.78%. So beautiful move there. Platinum had a nice pop, and then palladium, palladium had a good bid today too. Copper rebounding, look at that move. So leaving sellers in the dust there. And that's trying to base right now. All right, lastly, Bitcoin rebounding a little bit, but flat. It's still looking like alt season here. Ethereum right back above 4207, big level. I think these still need to tighten up too. See Scamlana, finding support at 180, 175. I think there will be a good move in crypto here soon, but I think there's time here, and that's the theme of this video. Don't rush into anything. I saw a lot of people we got to buy the dip immediately Friday, and I bought a small SPXL myself, but that was just for a rebound here. There will be time to get in if it's gonna go higher, and if it's not, then we could be looking at obviously a whopping 5% correction at some point, maybe 6. I mean, be careful here. So, anyways, we'll wrap it up here. Again, do the video a little early. It's 3 o'clock. If we start to dip, I don't think we get through 660 here. So I think that would be. I think the market's fine. If it loses that though, then it's going right to 658 and then 655. I don't think that's going to happen here. If it does, it'd be interesting because I think we'll be up tomorrow. So anyway, I'll wrap it up here again. You guys take care. Have a good one. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.